So I'm here in Glasgow and I'm with Andrew Chandrapal and Guvinder Bhirth. I've actually just been on these guys' composite course, and can I say thank you very much. It was a fantastic 2 days. I'll chat to yourself first, Andrew. So how were the last couple of days for you?
Fantastic. I mean, it's great to come up to Scotland and be welcomed in the way that we were. Great to see that there's demand for what Guvinder and I are doing. We've had some amazing feedback immediately after the event. Spent some time in the evenings with the delegates to sort of find out more about them, and we've had some really good results today on the course as well. So we're uber proud, and it's great to be here, and hopefully we'll repeat that in due course.
And I think teaching does that, doesn't it? Not only, I mean, obviously you enjoy your own work and you can see the passion you've got for what you do from the efforts and what you create, but I think passing those skills on to other dentists and seeing them creating something following your tradition must be hugely rewarding.
Massively. I think that's the essence of teaching, and you've certainly grown with that over the years. And you start off with being asked to do a little course here and there, not quite sure if what you're doing and saying is the right thing. It pushes you as an individual, personally and professionally. It makes you much more sharp and much more acute to what's going on in the profession. And ultimately, when you see the profession lifting in the UK, which is ultimately our aim, it's a great thing to see and hear.
Excellent. So how did you two guys meet? How did you first come to work together in the course?
I think what ended up happening was it was on through Facebook. Well, I think we shared a few cases, and I saw kind of love Andy's work. I saw he was teaching, and then it was going from there. He saw a few of my cases, and he invited us to come across and help out on the course. And then he realised actually we make a good team, and I think that comes across within the course. We try, sometimes try to simplify harder procedures, into something that's manageable, and that kind of comes across in the course. The delegates do warm to that. Encouraging.
I was actually saying that earlier, that one of the things I loved most about the course, that I think with both of you teaching, it works really effectively. I mean, you both obviously know your stuff, but I think as a duo working together, you get the interaction, the commentary. One of you's working on the model and demonstrating, and the other person's also interacting, and it's hugely effective in maintaining the delegates' concentration, because it's a pretty intensive couple of days.
It is. I mean, it is 2 long days, and we want to pack as much as possible. We want to try to give something that delegates would learn this and go back on Monday morning and apply it straight away. Okay, it's something that they can do that. So with both of us interacting, given we sometimes do things differently, but again, he's trying to give the same goal. He's trying to get kind of delegates different ways of doing something, but what they find is actually going to be comfortable for them to use as well.
Indeed, and one of the things I love actually about the course was that ability to teach the delegates simple things they can do to improve on the clinical work they're doing, but there's a kind of range of things. There's you could also take it to this level and this level, so it's not simply a case of you have to do all of this. It's here's the different kind of levels you can do.
Yeah, it's always trying to adapt the teaching and what they learn for what they can in the kind of clinical situation they're in. Everybody works at kind of different branches. It may be within the NHS, it may be aspiring to go into private, it may be solely private. Also, if you could be within dental foundation year, you could be somebody who's qualified 20 years, and it's trying to change those. That's me. Yeah. So trying to kind of adapt that and trying to give the full range of teaching. Okay, and then when we do teach, it's trying to go to everybody, and that's the key. We can all learn. When we teach, okay, we learn. Okay, we kind of learn from the delegates, and that's kind of always it's great to kind of to share that amongst them.
I think, that's one of the things I was saying I found most exciting about this was, I'm 20 years qualified this year, and I've spent years, focused on the areas of dentistry that I've got an interest in, plus trying to keep my core CPD up to date. And this year when I sat down with my colleagues and went through my personal development plan and really thought about what are the key things that I do a lot of work on that really I should be upping my game on, and composites came out top, rubber dam placement and oral surgery. So I've been on this mission to kind of improve in my personal development, and today was phenomenal. It really was.
Fantastic. It's interesting because I think anterior and posterior composites are sort of deemed to be a bit more bread and butter dentistry, but actually just because it's bread and butter, it doesn't mean we settle for mediocrity, nor does it mean that these cases are always simple. So the objective of what we're trying to do is to then sort of simplify the system. We learn a system, we learn a routine, we get used to the routine, it becomes more familiar, we become more efficient, we get attain higher standards. So that's the objective really, so that we can then start to look at everything in a more systematic level, so that there's almost like a cookbook of things that we need to look at, so that whatever case we're faced with, we can look at it objectively and then think, okay, well this is the step 1, step 2, step 3 and so on. So that's really the objective of the course. So as Guvinder says, we can then look at the most simple case that you can do within your practice, pretty much every day, to the one that comes through your door every now and again, and all of a sudden you think, okay, well this is how I'm going to face it.
So you guys, you also do a photography course as well, is that right?
Yeah, so it's trying to teach kind of again delegates to look in terms of intraoral kind of clinical photography, but also kind of portrait photography, also how you can relay that information to our kind of technicians, how we can present that to our patients, and also even if you want to do then looking at presenting that to other clinicians as well. So that's the 2-day course that we run.
Excellent. Okay, and how, if anyone's watching this and they're interested, more information, where would they get that?
It's really interesting actually, because over the years to which we've been working together, our marketing plan has been pretty much zilch, and it's really grown.
It's not going to tell you that.
Well, okay, so we've got a website in the making, and we're going to have direct booking as a consequence of that. It's going to be indigodent.com, and that's going to go live very soon indeed, and we're working with Colza on that too, and a number of other companies that will be part of it. So we tend to grow organically by referral, but we tend to post every now and again on social media as a point of influence, as a point of information, and a point of data gathering. So really it's been organic in our growth, and sometimes we review that and think, do we need to sort of up our game on advertising? But actually hopefully our website will do the trick on that, and that will be the main source of where you can find these bookings.
I guess it's kind of the same, I guess, as we build our dental practices. It's, yes, there's advertising and marketing, but as you say, it's the word of mouth, and that's how I heard about the course, through recommendation.
Yeah, and hopefully if we know that we're doing a good job, then we should be doing more of that, and if we're not doing a good job, then perhaps we shouldn't be doing that, and we need to learn and pick up on the feedback from what our delegates say, and that's what we've done over the last however many years. So it's that organic growth. We're not aiming to be a one-stop shop where you can pick up absolutely everything. I think that's impossible to do with any degree of integrity. We're not looking to be the sort of group where we can do a course every other week. It simply doesn't fit, and we would be falsifying what we do with our product and our experience if that was the case. So it's when we can do it, it's when our families allow us to do it, and it's when our practices allow us to do it, but we love it when it happens, and most of the time it goes well. In fact, all the time it goes really well.
Well, it certainly did these 2 days, and both highly knowledgeable, and as I say, just a real pleasure to spend all the time I have with you in the last couple of days, and I look forward to putting some of it into practice during the week. So thanks very much, and safe journey home. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Good to see you.
Cheers.